What's up, guys? Welcome back to Game 2 of Geargia versus Dino Rabbit. Here's the deck profile for you guys if you want to pause the video, but I'm really not going to actually talk through it. It's just Geargias, gadgets, and machiners. Either way, we're going to go into Game 2. I won the first one. If you haven't watched that, I would recommend watching it. This one's going to be considerably longer, as you can probably see in the time bar. This is about 16 odd minutes. But again, we open up with not too strong a hand, especially if we're going, well, I mean, the Dark Hole and the Reborn are there, but I'm still not liking it for going into this. I still only got the one gadget, so we'll see what we draw into. Again, I will inform you guys I can't actually see any of the text on the window, so forgive me if I'm saying what has already been said in text. So my opponent is currently just thinking his way through his turn. He will do this quite a lot throughout the video. I forgot to edit out all of his slowness, and also forgive any squeaking because I'm sitting on a really squeaky chair. So he's going to open Sabersaurus again like he did last game and set 2 yet again. I'm going to draw into the Geargia Arsenal. That really doesn't help things that much, so I'm just going to duality and see what I can dig for. I get the Veiler, the D-Prison, and the Red Gadget. These really don't help too much, but I'm going to take the D-Prison because at least that gives me some protection against maybe any of the bigger things that he's going to make, like Largias, Dolkas, and Guibers, because even Guibers aren't that pretty. So I'm going to summon my Yellow Gadget in an attempt just to get my plus engine rolling, get into other gadgets, because I know I can start protecting this with that D-Prison and the Solemn. So I'm just going to search out my Green Gadget and add it to my hand. And then we are going to set, I set the Prison and the Solemn because I knew, well, I was hoping he didn't have Storm. He might have Pro set one, but I was anticipating a lack of Storm, so I was able to set those relatively fearlessly, and it also gives me an ability to hide the D-Prison from any MSTs he might have set. So he's, again, going to take 5 minutes to think about his turn. Eventually, I believe he's going to set a monster and attack my Yellow Gadget. I really wish I could draw into more Geargias early in the game. We've only got one Geargia Axel, and that's not too good at the moment. I mean, I could have set it and had it attacked into to search out my my Lone Fire for the deck, but I end up just D-Prisoning this Sabersaurus, just so I can protect my gadget, because it means I can attempt to go into an Xyz next turn if the Green Gadget summon goes off, which I believe it does. So I'm just going to normal summon my Green Gadget, I believe. Yeah. Normal summon the Green Gadget, because I think, yeah, at this point I was thinking, heck, if the summon goes off, I can actually add my Red Gadget to hand and then ditch it for the Machina Fortress. Or if the summon fails, I've then baited out the warning and I can ditch the Fortress and the Axel. So at this point, I simply just overlay the two into a Gear Gigant or Gigant X. They changed the name. Gear Giganto X, as it was called. And then I'm just going to detach, I believe. Yes, I asked him if the summon is okay. I believe he okays the summon. I hope he okays the summon, otherwise I've forgotten what happened. Come on, slow guy. But yeah, this card is absolutely amazing. I should note that if you can, yeah, bottomless is it, and I think about Soloming, but I really want to hold on to that Solemn, so I just let the bottomless go through, because I didn't need it too much, and then I remember I need to banish it. I like Gear Gigant X. I don't actually play any level 3 Geargias, so I really don't care about its last effect of when it leaves the field. I really only play it for the fact that it pluses again, so it's, after a while it becomes costless, so it's really helpful for just searching out cards to add you into your next plays. So I end up ditching 2 to special summon the Fortress because I know his warning is gone. Sorry, his bottomless is gone. I think this is the part where I get a bit ahead of myself and I don't wait for a response, and he shows me that he actually had warning. So I allow him to warning the summon. I'm not sure if you can warning the summon. I think you can, but I forget. So I let him warning the summon nonetheless. And I just move to the main phase 2 and end. So he draws into his next card. He's not going to do anything with that set card, he's just going to summon a Guiber. I say, yeah, that's fine, because I don't have a monster out. I'm just going to let him attack with that. I have the Dark Hole, so I can now +1 because he has 2 monsters. He's not going to get any Largia or Dolka off of this, as long as that isn't a set Cabazals, and he would have flipped it by now, so we're alright with that. He sets 1 card and ends his turn, so I'm just going to draw into a Torrential. I'm going to Dark Hole the field to start off with. I actually end up dark holing a Sangan here, which isn't pretty. He ends up searching his rabbit. If he's going to eventually let me do this. I feared at this point he was thinking about Starlight Roading and things like that, so I was really quite afraid of it at this point, but he just lets the Dark Hole go through. searches for his rabbit from his deck. I say that's fine. And at the moment, this red gadget is really bad at the moment because it leaves me in a situation where I'm going to have to solemn the rabbit play if he goes through with it. Because I really don't have that much to my name. So I'm just going to summon the red gadget. Use its effect if he allows me. Which he should do. To search out a yellow gadget. Again, just rolling through the +1 engine. This guy, I don't have too much to talk about. I'm actually, this is one of my off days. This should be a break for me. But I felt like doing another video for you guys. So yeah, he's just, I actually forget for a brief moment to search because he took so long to give me permission. And then I just go, oh crap, and do my search on the sneak. So I just do my search, and then proceed to go, oh yeah, attack. He doesn't seem to have any problem with that. It was just an honest mistake. So I just, I realised that I don't think he saw the attack, because of course he's being really, really slow. I don't know if he was on another page, if he was on Facebook while I was playing him. So I attempt to attack again. This game could have been over in, say, 7 minutes, but it's just going on for way too long. So I proceed my attack. He then eventually takes the damage of 1300 from the gadget. He's just going to slowpoke, slow for a little while longer. And again, I wish I could talk about some Geargia cards, but I don't actually have them in hand at the moment, so there's no real point in talking about them. So he takes his damage. I set the torrential because I really don't care about the red gadget because I have a yellow gadget. That's the glory of them. You can just torrential them all day long because they keep replacing themselves, which is always good fun. So we're going to sit here and wait for a minute while he thinks about what he's going to do with his turn. He's going to summon a Guiber, which I'm immediately going to torrential because I don't like Guibers running over things and making free evols. So I'm just going to torrential tribute that. Send my gadget to the graveyard. I thought he might have had a lance or something like that because he took a while, but no, he was just being slow. So he's eventually going to send that Guiber to the graveyard, and we're going to be on an even field again. But the only difference is I've actually got a replenishable summon next turn, so I'm just going to go to the next turn. I'm going to normal summon the yellow gadget. I drew into a cannon. Normal summon the yellow gadget to bluff out any warning or anything like that, because it's obvious that these gadgets are revolving and giving him a hard time. So I'm just going to go with that yellow gadget. He's going to OK it, I believe, and I'm going to search out the green gadget. I'm so glad I got all these in Super. I don't like the common gadgets. So I managed to get all these in Super for my deck. So you will actually see a real-life deck profile shortly after Geargias are released. I'm hoping Giganto X is a rare, but by the looks of things it'll either be a rare or a secret, which won't be fun. So I'm just going to activate the effect of Machina Fortress Engrave by ditching the cannon to special summon the fortress out. There we go. He's going to respond with Bottomless Trap Hole. I think about Soloming again, but then I remember that he does have the rabbit, so I just allow it to go through. I'm going to enter the battle phase and just swing for 12. Because ultimately, if he did have Gauze, I have the Reborn, and I can go into an Exceeds, or I can go into something that can take care of the Gauze. I should be fine here. He's just going to take the damage, and we're going to pass turn on to the next one. Again, this is just the horrible slow period, slow roll through the middle of the game, where I'm just waiting to draw into my more advantage-based cards, because this is just the heart of the grind game. So he's going to summon his Sabersaurus, which is actually quite a problem for me, because it's way bigger than any of the standard monsters I play in the deck. So this is the point at which I feel the game kind of goes south for me. Then I draw into the Geargia Arsenal, which is absolutely amazing. So I just check my situation. So I just summon into the Geargia Arsenal, because it's the good old Lone Fire. So I'm going to use the effect of it to ditch it to the graveyard and special summon one Geargia Armor in face-up defense position, because we don't need the Arsenal, and Geargia Armor has 1900 defense, so if he just stays at Sabersaurus, he's not going to be able to get past it, and if he's foolish enough to attack into it. But he's going to Book of Moon my Geargia Arsenal. I again consider Soloming it, but it's really not good economy, so I just set it and allow him to go on with his turn next turn. He is still yet to summon that Rescue Rabbit in hand, which I thought was quite strange. I don't know if he feared my Veilers because I hadn't used any, but of course you can see I haven't drawn any. But I don't know what he was waiting for, really. All I know is he's just going to sit on this Sabersaurus and then proceed to summon it into Tour Guide from the Underworld, I believe. Yeah, he's going to summon a Tour Guide. I'm going to OK it. Again, I look at my Solemn, but it's not what I want to Solemn. I want to Solemn the Geargia. That's going to cause me problems later on in the game. I know that at this point I'm potentially expecting him to go into Leviair to get back his remove from play Sabersaurus and go into Geargia. So at this point I keep looking at my Solemn Judgment thinking, okay, I should be ready to Solemn the Leviair because then I can keep him to a Sabersaurus that can't get over the Geargia armor. But he's going to go into Zenmaines here, which I still consider Solemning, and then I think, actually no, what's the point? So he's just going to attack my Geargia armor, which, sorry, my Geargia arsenal. I forgot I don't actually have the Geargia armor. So he's just going to attack into the Geargia arsenal. I'm going to let that go. And I'm going to then take 1500 off the Zenmaines, which is never too much fun, but oh well. We're just going to move into the next turn. I'm going to draw the Gear Frame, which is absolutely awesome. So we will summon that Gear Frame just to bait out any warnings, I believe. And it also lets me get another Fortress into hand. And I didn't mean warning, sorry, I meant Veiler. So I'm going to want to use my Geargia arsenal. So I'm going to summon the Gear Frame. And then search out, if he allows me, search out a Machina Fortress to my hand. He was actually pretty quick on that response. So I will add a Machina Fortress to hand, because I need to get a lot of big beaters on the field now to get rid of that Zenmaines. I still think it was a mistake for him to make Zenmaines, but I don't know. I'm gonna ditch the gadget to let me special summon the Fortress, and then I'm going to proceed to beat face with those. But first I figure, hang on, this just isn't enough stuff yet. I'm going to actually use this Reborn, because I've been holding it since I feel turn 1 for the right time, and I see that Geargia Arsenal in hand, in grave, so I'm just going to Reborn the Geargia Arsenal to give me the last monster that will be big enough to attack over the Zenmaines, because of course Geargia Arsenal counts towards its effect, so it comes out in 1700. So I'm going to ditch that Reborn, enter the battle phase, attack over it with Gear Frame, first of all, to deal 300 points of damage to him. I keep looking at this Geargia Arsenal because everyone I've played against has always thought, oh, Geargia Arsenal only has 1500, and they never actually read the card. So I choose to attack last with it, just to save any arguments anyway, to get him to send it to grave, and then I can go, oh yeah, by the way, it's on 1700, so I don't have to send it. So I attack into it, remind him of how big it is. I believe I remind him, yeah. Because no one seems to read these cards. They see new cards put in front of them, and they just don't look at what they do. I'm then going to move into the main phase 2. I'm going to activate Geargia Arsenal's effect a little bit prematurely, and then remember that I'm still in battle phase and I need to move to main phase 2. As you can see, I'm slow at typing on Dueling Network because I'm on a new keyboard, so I always keep stumbling and having to delete every second later. So I activate the effect of Geargia Arsenal to special summon out my Geargia Armor in defense mode. I'm going to use the effect of Geargia Armor and set it so I can start my plus engine working, and then I'm going to use the effect of Machina Gear Frame. We're actually off the Geargias now, to put the Gear Frame in the Spell Trap Zone and equip it to Fortress, so that my Fortress is able to live a little longer, because I know from being a Rabbit player that Fortress really does wreck your day, because it's just so damn huge versus Dino Rabbit. The only card that you've really got in your extra deck that can get rid of it is Gem Knight Pearl, and you really don't want to be wasting your rabbits on that. So I proceed to let him have his turn. In a really bad position here. I have no cards in hand, but it's the very fact that I have a Fortress that's going to require 2 destructions and a face-down Geargia Armor that can give me 3 pluses, and I can search an Accelerator next turn. Proceed to special summon the Accelerator, get a Gear Gigant, and proceed to just horribly plus. So this deck, as M. Cole has been saying, really does follow along with gadgets. It really does spiritually carry on the whole gadget advantage engine. And it's absolutely crazy the amount of stuff you can just add to hand repeatedly. Almost every card in the deck has a +1 function, or at least makes other things more accessible, which I think is absolutely amazing. So I'm really liking the deck for its consistency, and the very fact you can cram it full of 1-for-1 cards like Soul Taker, which I'm currently playing at 2 in the deck, but I'm considering taking it 3. Also, in the comment section below, if you guys are interested, you can chuck me some comments on what you'd like to see me change about the deck. or just any other suggestions like that. Because, again, it's still in testing. The build that I have is still quite rough. And also, if you want to give me advice on how to build a side deck, I don't know how I'm going to build the side for this yet. Of course, I know a few staples that I want to play, including Rivalry of Warlords and things like that, but at the moment I'm really not sure the specifics of what I want to play. So I'm going to flip my armor and add an arsenal to hand, which is an absolutely amazing card. I'm just going to summon the arsenal and low and fire blast on it to get another armor to hand. Sorry, to field. Oh no, sorry, I'm going to attack first with the arsenal because it is on 1900. So I will swing with the armor over his Sabersaurus in defense mode. I still think he should have left the Sabersaurus in attack mode. The life points he has, he should have been fine. But it was his decision, so he switched the Sabersaurus to defense mode. We'll kill it with my armor eventually when he allows me to. Eventually when he allows me to. This is the one thing I hate about doing the network. People are so slow. I'm going to attack his face down with Gear Frame because you just never know if it's going to be a Snowman Eater. I'm fearing Snowman Eater all game because he took a long time in side decking. So I'm just going to proceed to the main phase 2, now that he's revealed it was a Spirit Reaper. I'm going to activate the effect of my Geargia Arsenal, I believe, and send it to the graveyard. Eventually.